Well, it's a wonderful day to be off. The weekend is here. Yippee skippy, life is good. I'm going to spend this weekend working on the hot rod and making it legal and inspectable, I think. Very first thing I'm going to do is work on this hydraulic brake thing. And I want to talk about that a little bit before I start. Let me get the camera down here where you can see it. I got my new one here. And interesting thing about my new one, watch what happens when I push it. Can you see how far that moves? That moves, looks like about 1/4 of an inch. This one, when you push it, there's hardly any movement whatsoever. It's just the tiniest little bit. That right there tells me that there must be a big difference between these two things. This one, you push it, you can't even hardly feel the movement. This one you push it, and it actually does move a good bit. So, I don't know, that's worth something right there. I mean, it's different. I want it to be different. I want it to work. I'm not happy with that one because it ain't working right. And so, very first thing I'm going to do is go right ahead and install this thing. I'm sort of hoping it will fit. I built me a little place for it to sit right there, and I'm hoping it will fit right. But I figured I could very quickly, the guy I bought this from guaranteed it, so I thought, well, the very first thing I'll do is hook it up, make sure it's good, and then we'll go from there. So that's what I'm up to. I'm going to go ahead and hook this thing up, bleed the brakes off, and give it a test. That should be wicked good. So here we go. Wee doggies, look at that. See, this one even comes with a fittings. That other one did not, which was kind of annoying too. Oh yeah, that's a thing of beauty. I'll put a little bit of Permatex on those fittings or something like that. Teflon tape, Permatex or something. Anyway, let me cut this camera off so I can get both hands on what I'm working on here, and then we'll go from there. We'll talk a little bit about brake bleeding. I use a bleeder cup to do my brake bleeding with. I hook this end up to the bleeder valve on the brake line. It allows the brake fluid to drain into the cup, and then when it sucks the air back, the way I do it is I set it up so that the air line goes higher than both the cup and the valve, so that if air does come up in here, the air will tend to stay right here. When you take your foot off the brake, rather than suck the air back in, it'll suck the fluid back out of this thing back into there. What I'm going to do, what I have done before, is bleed the brakes into this cup and then pour the cup back in there and bleed it again. Well, somebody talked about, you know, maybe some trash got in my last little switch. So what I'm going to do is put fresh fluid in up there, bleed it out into here, pour this into a separate container, and keep doing that till I kind of flush out anything that might be in the line, because you know, I'm going to eliminate any possibility that might mess this thing up, and that's one I can eliminate pretty easily, is any dirt that might be in the line. I'll flush it out in the process of bleeding this thing. I think I'm pretty happy with my brake here. I'll give it the inspection test to show you what I mean. works. It releases nice too. Not anything like that other one.